Hi, Grace. Thank you so much for coming and having a chat with me about what your journey's been like. So my first question is, what was life like before you started working with me? What sort of challenges and things were you facing before you started working with me?
Well, I think it was chaotic at best. I was sort of crashing from one crisis into the next one. I felt like I was trying to navigate through an asteroid belt, to be honest. Um, and even though I did know that life didn't have to be quite that chaotic and that there was a way to get through, I felt like there was always I'd get so far and I'd hit a block. There was just always a block and I couldn't move past it, basically.
Yeah. Any specifics around what those blocks were?
I had nagging questions in my mind that just kept coming up. And I was continually sabotaging my own progress, I think, really. I had just left my husband, which was a big positive for me. I mean, at least I was able to start making some choices of my own, which is, I think, why I was able to start working with you, because I think if he'd still been around, I might have found that a bit more of a challenge. Yeah, it was lack of self-belief, I suppose, the biggest.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So what was your experience as you went through the program, as you moved through working with me? Did you have any epiphanies, Grace?
I definitely had a few epiphanies. I think the first one, I'm going to have to look at my notes for that. Oh yeah, was that it's not normal to have a continual monologue going on in your head, telling you that whatever you're trying to do isn't even worth you having a go because you're going to fail and that you're the most unworthy creature under the sun. And through you and the group, I discovered that actually that's not normal and not something that everybody has lived with all their life. And then you were able to explain what that was, which was actually quite simple. And within a couple of weeks, I experienced the first day that I can remember of my entire life where I didn't hear from her. I just got to the end of the day and thought, wow, I had a whole day without that voice telling me I was no good. Yeah, so that was like a real major breakthrough. Every now and then she'll still show her head, but actually I recognise her quite quickly, and it actually makes me laugh now. And then I can just move past it. I just think, oh yeah, I don't have to listen to you anymore. So that's quite nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
The
what?
second, oh
Sorry.
sorry.
I was gonna no, go on with your second.
My second epiphany was discovering at the age of 56 that I had no idea for my entire life of what consent was or what yes and no meant, and that it's okay to say yes or no based on your own gut instinct, and that there's not even necessarily right and wrong answers, and that it doesn't always involve judgment, and that I'm actually free to make a choice. And if I've made my choice, I can stick to it. Doesn't matter what other people think of it. And I haven't got to explain it to anybody, which is a huge freedom. Do you want me to go on with my list of epiphanies, or have you got
Yes,
another?
please do. Please do.
Okay. Oh yeah. Learning what my authentic self is. That was quite nice, and that is actually, not only is it okay to be my authentic self, but actually that's the only way to live my life. Otherwise, I'm living somebody else's life. And I was quite afraid to be my authentic self because I thought my authentic self was terrible. And I thought that I'd be damaging people around me if I was acting from that point of view. But I've discovered actually my authentic self is who I'm here to be, and that it's better for everybody around me if I'm actually being honest with them instead of showing up as somebody who I'm not.
Lovely.
So that's quite similar to the choice one. And yeah, I'll leave it there with my epiphanies. I could go on.
Oh, thank you, Grace. What's changed for you then when you look back at the initial challenges that you had when we first started working together? What's changed for you now?
Well, I think what you showed me, all of my life, really, I'd been hiding in the cupboard under the stairs. It's a place that I don't even know where it came from. I know we had a cupboard under the stairs. I've not gone back, but basically I was trying to live my life from a point of keeping really quiet, not disturbing the peace, doing what was right, keeping out of the way, and hiding under the stairs. And I'd lost my voice pretty much. I said quite early on that I felt like I was choking on the words that I wasn't saying. And you took me back in one of the hypnotherapy sessions, and I found this little child hiding in the cupboard under the stairs. And it's quite difficult to live your life from that point of view. And I was doing so much reacting, and so many things were setting off triggers. I felt like I was in a space, the places that I needed to go, the memories that I needed to uncover, the things I needed to deal with, my brain was telling me was so dangerous, that they were just surrounded by like a minefield of don't go here, don't go there, don't look at that. It was just trigger. And you and the group, seeing other people daring to explore their own minefields, and knowing that you're not alone, and that it's okay to go backwards sometimes a little bit. I felt safe enough to actually go back there and find out why I was in the cupboard under the stairs. And as with most things, when you actually confront it, it is big, but it's not impossible. And I'd always, this I suppose was the block that I initially mentioned. I'd get that close and I'd just be like, no, not going there. And you've taken me through it at my own pace without me feeling pressured or like I've got to go there, or any shame either for what might be there or for not going there on a number of occasions. And so I'm just learning how to operate as myself and enjoying the journey, basically. This last week with the autumn, I've been going out and looking at all the leaves and all the different colours, and I've been thinking, right, I'm just going to pick up leaves, opportunities. I'm going to pick up whatever's in front of me based on whichever is the most appealing to me, not whichever ones other people want me to pick up. And I'm allowed to pick up any one I want. There's no right or wrong, and I can just enjoy it.
Beautiful.
And, so I'm learning to live life in a light way, with a light, open heart, instead of from fear and carrying the weight of so much from the past that, well, you've taken me there, and we've acknowledged its existence, and we've left it in the past.
Beautiful.
And,
Thank you, Grace. Grace, finally, what would you say to somebody who's going through a similar situation to the one that you were when we started our journey together?
Well, based on what I've said about consent, I would say there's no yes or no, there's no right or wrong. Basically, if you're in a position where you can actually access your authentic self, what's your authentic self saying? Is it saying yes, or is it saying no? And whichever you choose is completely right. But I know for a fact I'd been struggling for 56 years by myself without any guidance. And what you have offered has been so straightforward, so simple, it almost seems like common sense all of a sudden. It's not intrusive. You go through things at your own pace. You don't have to go where you don't want to go. There's no shame. It's freedom of choice, and that is empowering. So I wouldn't say, yes, you must do it, but I certainly wouldn't be here right now living the life that I'm living if I hadn't have done it. So.
Grace, thank you so much. Thank you for your open-heartedness and for sharing with everybody. Thank you, my darling. Thank you so much.